say yes. There must be an inner awakening, an inner turning, because the spark of God dwells within you. Jesus demonstrated the kingdom. He said that you would even do greater works than he did. Jesus came as a mirror, a reflection of who you are on the inside. Jesus came to awaken you and me, to show us truly who we are. We are the children of God. Who do you identify with more? Do you identify with the flesh and its emotions and feelings? Or do you identify with the inner spark, the God consciousness aspect, who you really are? Who do you identify with? Let me ask you this question. When you was born, right? Conceived, a baby, your mom or your dad called you John or Jane Doe. They gave you a name to identify you. They gave you an identity. When you came into this world, you came in as a blank sheet of paper, physically. They gave you a name, and you started to build this image. Over the years, you build these habits. Over the years, you build these ways about you. Over these years. Before you were born, before you got the name you have. My name is Dwight Thompson. Before I got the name Dwight Thompson, who was I? Ask yourself the question. Who were you? Who were you? Okay. Let's take a look at Jeremiah chapter 1 and verse 5. It says, before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee, and before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee, set thee apart, and ordained thee a prophet unto the nations. Before you took on the robe, the clothing called flesh, before I took on this clothing, this clothes, robe called flesh, I existed in God. You existed in God. Jesus came to remind us of our origination and who we truly are. We have allowed the world, the flesh, we have allowed this element, this material world, we have taken on an identity that don't belong to us. We have taken on the identity of the clothes we wear. The clothes you wear is not your identity, but many of us identify with it. It's just clothes. You need the flesh so that you can dwell in this earthly realm, but it's not who you are. You are in spirit a child of God. You came from God. If you came from God, what does that make you? God. Psalm 82 and verse 6 says, I have said, ye are gods, and all of you are the children of the Most High. The breath of God is within you. In the breath of God is the full, complete essence of who God is. There is a divine spark within you. Jesus came to awaken us that there's an inner spark within us. The kingdom of God is within us. He came to bring us to a full awareness of who we truly are. And it is when we recognize, turn, mortify, bring to death the deeds of the flesh, shed the ego self of the flesh, walk in the spirit and not in the flesh. When we live from that place, truly live from that place, then and only then will we do the greater works. He's calling you higher. There is more that I require of thee. He said, don't be afraid of men in the faces. Don't be afraid.